Recording in progress.
So, welcome to our Thursday advanced session. Today's going to be a little bit different. The question was, Carla, drop a B in the chat if you made money today. And there wasn't as many Bs as I expected. So I'm a bit concerned either you guys were working the whole day and didn't get a chance to go on your phone, or you chose not to take a trade. So I'm a bit confused, but we'll find out by the end of this session. All right. We'll find out by the end of this session. All right. Cool, guys. So this is advanced. This is not going to be basics, and I'm going to show you what you need to go over if you are new or if you haven't jumped on basic sessions before you stay on this session. You can do something more productive with your time. Um, because if you haven't gone through the basics, you need to. Okay. So let me just share my screen. And let's get into it. All right. Share screen. You guys should be able to see my screen now. All right. So what you want to do, can you guys see Gfu? Just let me know in the chat if you guys can see Gfu, the platform. Beautiful. Right. So if you have not, guys, please look at what I'm about to do. Okay. So academies, you want to go to Forex. Okay. Keep sending it out as well. How many we got on? Let's keep pushing it out. All right. Keep pushing it out into the trade ideas. Let me send out one more reminder. Okay. People claim they want to trade and don't jump on these sessions. Doesn't make sense. Now live. Right. So first thing you're gonna do is you wanna go through crypto. And guys, you need to, this is compulsory. It doesn't make sense you being on this call. If you have not gone through the basics, advanced, if you have not gone through any of these, there's no point of you being on this call. You're wasting your time. Okay, so if you want to do something more productive with your time, jump on this session, right? And sorry, jump onto the basics, and you will be able to make more sense of what me and LA are going to go through. All right, so that's first things first. Please go through this. If you haven't, you're more than welcome to jump off. Okay. Next, I want to go through um, just more clarity on the system. Okay. Our goal, guys, it is our best interest, whether you believe it or not. It is our best interest for you guys to make money. Okay. When you look at it like a business and you treat it like a business and you look at it like a brand, you're going to realize that everything matters. Okay. And you want to kind of have a reputation where people come in, which we do have people come in. I've never had someone leave our organization and go on Trustpilot and talk nonsense. I've never had someone slate what it is we do because we genuinely help people, whether it be mentally or financially. But our goal is to help you make money. So I'm going to go through the system and then we can get into actual chart work. Obviously, like I said, this is going to be trade in advance. So there's three systems. Please take notes, guys, as well. Everything I'm saying, it's actually a skill to take down notes. Like some people think it's like you're taught it. We're never taught this in school. Like actually know how to take down notes. Anything that I say that you say, I haven't heard that before, or anything that you say, oh, that was a good gem, or that could be helpful, or take as many notes as possible. Now, this is the system I need you guys to get very good at. Once you get good at this system, you will be able to make money in many more ways than one. The first system, copy and pasting. Now, guys, if you have been here longer than 1 or 2 weeks and you don't know how to copy and paste and you don't know what you're copy and pasting, you probably haven't been using your time as well as you should have. To copy and paste doesn't take long. You simply copy the entry if it's a buy limit or a sell limit. You simply, if it's a buy market execution, you just copy and paste the stop loss and take profit. By 2 weeks, this is why you should be going live on your third week. Has anyone here, drop a one in the chat if you have been here longer than 2 weeks, but you're still on your demo. Drop a one in the chat if you've been here longer than 2 weeks, but you're still on your demo. Everyone's live. I'm gonna put some caps in the chat because I think some people are capping. Yeah, stop. There we go. Oh, Shireen, I appreciate you. Drop some ones in the chat for Shireen, right? She's the only one that's been here longer than 2 weeks and still on a than a demo. All right, Shireen, we love you. We appreciate you. please go live tomorrow or Monday. Okay. The rest of you, you should have made money today if you were live. Okay. The second system is our AI scanners. Okay, now this is a 1 to 3 month process for you to get a good understanding. So please don't complain any less than 3 months, guys. 3 months is a perfect period. 90 days is a perfect period for you to find out whether this is for you and whether you need to just stay consistent or you know what, it's not for you. That doesn't mean as well, guys, just pay 3 months. It means actually consistently plug into the system, which is the timetable in our group chat. So if you've never seen it, quickly go on WhatsApp now. Go to community chat and look at the display picture. That timetable you need to get familiar with as well as you know your rotor at work. We all know our rotor at work. You also need to know this rotor. This is your part-time job. We're not your manager, we're not your boss, but this is your part-time hustle that you need to be aware of. Okay. AI scanners is a 1 to 3 month process. And then GFU live sessions, I would say you need to consistently plug into at least one educator, whichever one you're studying for at least consistently 10 sessions consistently before you even think about, I don't need to jump on this session. And even me, guys, 5 years in, I still jump on the educators sessions. Okay. So I'm going to break each of these sessions down and then we'll get into some chart work. All right. So copy and pasting, right? Copy and pasting. All ideas, guys, all trade ideas can be found on the GFU Connect app. Okay, we should all know how to function it. There should be a little speech bubble on the app, which will allow you to look for more trades if you need to look for them. But we will only send in, the team only sends in trades into the WhatsApp group that we take personally. And I'm going to go through the educators who I personally take copy paste idea trade from. But each system, guys, is dependent on the person, number one. And each system requires different level. It could be different accounts. It could be different game plans, but you can't have the same game plan with each of these systems. And I'm going to break down why. Okay. So copy and paste in trades, guys, is strictly based on a risk to reward basis. I'm going to break that down. Copy and paste trading. When a trade comes through and you need to just copy and paste the stop loss and copy and paste to take profit, it is strictly based on a risk to reward basis. Okay. You don't need to over leverage, cut a long story short, guys. Okay. Some of us see a trade from me and you're trying to hit a home run. You see a trade from Eric Lucas, you're trying to hit a home run. Slow down with your brakes, as TOC would say, right? Slow down with your brakes. Okay. Now, with those trades, and we can prove it as well. I'm going to do it now, actually, right? From this week alone, we're going to see how many trades have been sent out and how many trades we have won. Okay. As in take profit. Okay. Right. So we're going to start from Monday. Okay. So we took a buy on BTC TP2. Okay. We then took a buy on Eric Lucas, right? TP2. Okay. So that's 2 wins. We then had a sell limit, which came after. We didn't take it. We had a buy limit. Okay. Which then hit TP2. So 3 TP2s in a row. Okay. Then Christian Lopez sent out a trade, TP1. Okay. TOC sent out a trade. It went straight into profit. I don't know if it hit TP. We didn't get an update on that in the group, but it was in blue, so it was up to you. Okay. We then had a buy on Eric Lucas. I think that hit stop loss. Okay, so we got 4 wins and 1 loss. I then sent out another gold buy, TP2, so that's 5 wins and 1 loss. Toyosi then sent out a sell, which actually did go into profit as well. So that's another win. So that's 6 wins and 1 loss so far. I then sent out a trade, hit TP3. That's 6 wins, 2 losses. And then I called out another buy, hit a loss. So we've had 2 losses and 7 wins. Just this week, if you just took trades, copy and paste in trade, guys, just from our group chat, you would have hit. And I'm going to break down how you should be well in profit. And if you're not, guys, you really need to listen to our system. Okay. Because I always say this, you've come here to make money. You haven't come here to learn how to trade. Because if you have, you would have gone through every single video and you would have put in thousands of hours. The same way me and LA have put in, he was my first trading partner. We have put in thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, just us and the charts. That's because we had to. We didn't have no AI scanners and copy and paste, and we had to learn. So you guys have it easy, okay? So let's just say, right, we had 7 wins and 2 losses. We just said, I don't know what percentage that is, but let's just say it's near enough. 10 trades are sent out and 8 wins, okay? Right? So if we had one more win, which we'll get tomorrow, that's now an 8 to 80% win rate. Now, let's just say, guys, you took a trade and you risked 1%, okay? Because TP1, every time you see TP1, understand TP1 is a 90% chance of it happening. Not guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed, but there's a 90% chance of TP1 happening. So if you are brand new and you have no idea as to why you're holding on to TP2 or TP3 other than the fact that you're being greedy, I need you guys to get very good at TP1. The same way with Sniper Pro and the basics, as soon as you see a scorecard, you take it. I need you guys to do the same thing with copy and pasting, okay? Just take TP1. Now, let's just say you risk 1% per trade and you make 1%, which means you hit TP1. So normally what your entry is and your stop loss and your take profit, it's a 1-to-1. So you're losing 1% if it hits stop loss, but if it hits TP, you've made 1%. Let's just say you lost 5 trades and you won 5 trades, you would now be break even, which if you know that 97% of people in the market lose, you're still part of the 3% of people in the world, guys. 97% of people don't make money in trading. That's an incredible statistic. Even if you break even, so you win 5 and you lose 5, you're still at break even. TP2 and TP3 is now where your risk percentage can change, but all you need to make sure, guys, is you're not over leveraging. You need to make sure you keep the exact same percentage per trade. TP2 now is a 60% chance of it hitting. Okay, so it's a little bit less, it's a little more riskier, right? But it's still on the winning side, and it's a 60% chance of TP2 happening. Now, most TP2s, and we'll break this down at the end, most TP2s, you risk 1% and you're looking to make 2%. Even if we lost 5 trades in a row and we won 5 trades in a row, you will still be up 5% on your trading account. This is with a 50% win rate, guys. We don't have that. I've just shown you guys. This week alone, we have an 80% win rate. This is with a 50% win rate. TP3 is a 30% chance of it happening. Okay? But when it does happen, and that's happened twice this week, you're risking 1% to make 3%. Even if you lost 5 trades, but you won 5, you'd be up 15%. Investors, wealthy people care about percentage. Poor people worry about the dollar amount, the pound amount. That's why when people feel away and you feel upset or you don't feel positive when people send out results into the group, it's because you're not thinking from an investing standpoint. You're looking at they made £50 or £1,000. You don't know what they risked, number one. And number two, you have £100 account. Why are you comparing yourself to someone that has 10K? Comparisons are thief of all joy, guys. If you've grown your account by 15%, that's absolutely incredible. Go to someone like Chris who could put a 200K account in tomorrow and make 15%. You're now looking at a 50K day. So the issue here isn't the trades, it's not the winnings, it's not the take profit, it's you're starting with a £100 account. That's the issue. But we have a solution, and that's another conversation for another day. If I'm making sense, just drop a 1 in the chat, guys. 111 in the chat if I'm making sense as to why it's so important. This is just with copy and paste trading. This is one system. One system. You need to, every single time a trade comes through, your main priority is I need to just keep risk management. I need to be risk management aware. I need to use the correct risk management, okay? With copy and pasting, okay? Now, educators we recommend. I only take trades from Eric Lucas. Of course, I take my own trades. Christian Lopez is very, very good. Nick Gomez, crypto educator. And Donovan Taylor, he also sends out trades. And if Toyosi, I should put Toyosi on here, but I've got her on the AI scanner training, right, on the next bit. But if Toyosi calls out a trade as well, as long as you keep your risk management, guys, you're not educated enough. You're not experienced enough to decide whether you take or you don't take a trade. I need you guys to take every single trade that comes through these educators. Some people look at the trade and say, I'm not going to take that. What do you know? You've been here a month. You've been here like 3 months, 2 months. You don't know what you're actually looking for. You're just going off your feeling, right? And don't get me wrong. Like I used to pray to the markets. Like I'll be in drawdown and I'm praying, please don't hit stop loss. God doesn't help you in trading, guys. He helps you with the opportunity. That's all he's done. He's given you the opportunity. God is not going to help you hit TP. And he's certainly not going to save you from stop loss. So forget all of that. Think logically, practical, take the trade. Okay? Right? Especially if you're gambling. God, I need this trade. I need this trade. I'm going to over leverage on this. I need this one. This needs to come through. You hit stop loss. Now you're reading the Bible. It's crazy, right? Right, cool. So your goal is to get a better entry than called out. This is how you get good at this. You need to get a better entry than what is called out. So if they call out a trade at 4,000, for example, and the stop loss is 3,050, your goal is to always enter between your entry and between your stop loss, that gap. So you have the gap between your entry and your stop loss, and you also have the gap between your TP and your entry. What you need to get good at is knowing when to enter, and you want to enter below your stop loss if you're buying, and obviously above your stop loss if you're above your entry if you're buying, to get a good risk to reward. Okay. Any questions on copy and pasting, guys? It is so simple. We just overcomplicate it all the time. Humans just we overcomplicate it all the time, and we get in our way most of the time, guys. 99.9% of the time. Okay. Drop a two in the chat if you guys understand copy and pasting, and you're now going to take every single trade that comes through so long as you manage your risk. Because what will happen, guys, is you'll say, I'm not going to take this trade. It doesn't feel good, or I don't think I'm going to take this. And the one you don't take wins, and the one you do take loses. How many times does that happen? You just said, I'm not going to take this trade, and it wins. And then the one you do take, that's why you have to take every single trade to get an overall average of every single trade, right? Because you might take the two losses that happen, unfortunately, in a row. But that now, because you've taken them two losses, you're not going to take the third one. That third one would have got you back in profit. Okay, guys? So I need you to take every single trade on that comes into the WhatsApp group. On the GFU Connect app, there's loads of trades that come through, and I wouldn't take every single trade. It's like a kid in a sweet store. You can't take every trade. But any trade that comes into the WhatsApp group, guys, I need you to take it. Just know when to get in. That's all you need to do. Okay? Don't enter at TP1, TP2. You want to enter below your entry or above your entry if you're selling. Okay? Cool. AI scanners. Okay, here's Toyosi, right? AI scanners, Killshot, Trendwave, and Sniper Pro. Now, for the copy and paste system, this is for an individual that has no time. You don't have time. You don't really want to learn. You don't have to learn how to trade to make money from copy and paste, and you just need to know the basics. That's why I said you need to go through the basic charts, the basic stuff on GFU, and then copy and paste, and you don't need to actually plug into the system as much. Okay. With the AI scanners, guys, this is a 1 to 3 month process. Nick Engels, he focuses on kill shot. So if you want to get good at kill shot, study Nick Engels. If you want to get good at trend wave, Toyosi does a session every single Wednesday, which is uploaded to our YouTube channel. And Sniper Pro, you should have gone through the boot camp from John Oliver. Okay. So ask yourself this question. Drop a 1 if you have, drop a 2 and you haven't. We're not going to slate you, but be honest. Have you gone through the tutorials of all of the scanners, guys? Drop a 1 if you have and drop a 2 if you haven't. I'm just getting a water. 1 second. All right. 1, not yet. If you haven't, guys, please don't play games. You guys paid the money. You guys paid for the opportunity. You guys need the opportunity, right? Please go through the tutorials, okay? You need to know the basic knowledge, trading knowledge, when it comes to maximizing the scanners. The point I'm at with the experience, with the knowledge I have with trading these scanners, is a cheat code, an absolute cheat code. Anyone that used to play GTA and you had all the cheat codes, having an AI scanner and trading knowledge is an absolute cheat code. What I would recommend you studying, okay, because to learn the scanners is a 1 to 3 month process. So there's things that you can study. You want to study support and resistance, wicks, which mean liquidity, Market structure, whether we're bullish or bearish, and this is basics as well. Time and price, so knowing when the markets move at a certain time and certain price. Some people say, can I trade at this time? It depends what you're trading. And then Fibonacci, right, which is a tool which allows you to get a discounted price. Remember, we're investors. As an investor, you buy low and you sell high. We don't buy high and we don't sell low. Okay, if you guys zoom out and you check the chart, when we're clicking buys and we're buying up here, that makes no sense as an investor. Okay, you want to wait until you get an 80% Fibonacci retracement, and then psychology, just understanding, having maybe a trading game plan, understanding what money is. It's a few numbers on and digits on the screen. Um, Psychology is probably the most important thing. You then have, I would recommend personally, having a trading plan with the AI scanners. So you don't necessarily need a trading plan when it comes to copy and pasting, necessarily. Okay. But with the AI scanners, because most of you are using Sniper Pro on the 1 minute, you're scalping. So you can easily compound your account. So have a compound plan if you're going to use the scanners. Okay. Trading is a skill. Any skill requires 10,000 hours. I've certainly done 10, if not near. With AI, guys, you don't require that many hours. Some of you guys don't have the time to learn. Use the scanners to make money, build the business to get out your job. You now have all the time if you really want to learn. That's what I had to do. I had to I had to leave my job because I wanted to focus on learning how to trade all my hours. I built the business and I learned how to trade at the same time because I needed my time was more important than money, personally. Okay. Drop a two, or if we have any questions about the AI scanners. Very, very simple, guys. Okay. You just need to follow instructions. Make sense? Yeah, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Beautiful. Live sessions. Okay, this is the third system you need to get good at or get an understanding of, is you want to find out the timetable of all educators. Now, if you want to learn about the scanners, guys, John Oliver and Nick Engels are your people. That is who you're paying. That is who you need to plug into. That is who you need to study. Crypto. Now, you guys are going to be making a lot of money soon. And my best advice is you want to be paying yourself in crypto. All of this banking and free days withdrawal process is absolute bogus. I'm not with it. I haven't done it in a long time. Crypto, okay? You need to get involved. You can't afford to not get involved in crypto, guys. No one on this call. Anyone that's watching this recording, you cannot afford. If the billionaires, if the owners, if the government are getting in crypto, why do we feel that we don't need to get involved in crypto? Okay. Nick Gomez, one of the top best educators I personally know when it comes to crypto, XRP especially. And then Curtis Cobain, he will help you when it comes to your portfolio, where to keep it, how to have secure wallets, etc. I plug into these sessions now, guys, because I don't have time to do crypto research. And I'm certainly not listening to my friend or Twitter. All right. I want to listen to experts that are actually, I know they have millions in their account and they're teaching me what it is they're doing with their money. I got nothing to worry about. And then smart money concept, which is how me and LA know how to trade, Eric Lucas and Donovan Taylor. That for me personally is the pinnacle level because with or without any scanners, you can still make money. Give me £10 and an iPhone and I'll be able to change my whole situation. Okay. Always be a student, guys. You can't buy experience. Okay. You can't buy your 10,000 hours. You can't skip your 10,000 hours. You have to earn it. You have to give it the time of day. That's if you want to learn. Most of you, you're just here to make money. So just know how to copy and paste and manage your risk and get good at the scanners. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? If not, let's just drop a 111 and we can get into actual charts. But I just wanted to make this very, very clear. This is all you guys need to get good at. It's not hard. Nothing what I've gone through is hard. What makes it hard is us. Wonderful. Cool. Right. Let's get into some charts. Right. Let's get into some charts. So, what I want to now show you is a few of the trades that we sent out today and just the risk to reward and how you could have capitalized on it at that time. All right. Can you guys see my trading view? Okay. You guys see my trading view? Yeah. Beautiful. Cool. So, um, don't be afraid, guys. There's nothing to be afraid of here. You guys are thinking, what on earth is going on? Let me clear this up. All right. Let me make this all clear. So, this is gold. I'm going to show you the trade we called out earlier. And I've sent out recently, I've been sending out like my trading view charts. And my goal is to not give you the fish all the time, is sometimes to teach you how to fish. So I'll give you the graph and you guys can make what you want of it. But the trade we had earlier, um, we had, what time did I call it? I think I called it around 2:30. So another tip as well, 1:30 and 2:30. Let me get on my indicators. Right, 1:30 and 2:30, guys, every single day, you will realize there is a move in the market, especially gold. Gold's we're married, but we've divorced a few times, but I still love her. All right. So you're gonna realize that 2:30 or 1:30 every single day, even in the morning, you're gonna see a move happening. Okay. The move today happened at 2:30, right? So what I need you guys to be aware of is your take profit is someone's stop loss, and your stop loss is someone's take profit. Write that down. Okay. Your stop loss is someone's take profit, and your take profit is someone's stop loss. So we've had a great day today. I made good money today. Okay. Someone on the other side is not so happy. Okay. I've been there. It's just your turn today. All right. So, the move that happened, I think we called out, if someone can, LA, if you can read out the coordinates on the trade around 2:30 that I called out. It was around 2:30. So where are we? 2:30. Yeah, it was around here. So it was around here. Um, or if anyone can read it out. Let me check on my phone. Mm, Okay, so the first one was buy gold at 2:33. This happened. Stop loss is 4069, and take profit is, we're gonna do TP. We're gonna do this 3 times. So I'm gonna do TP1, which is 4089. 4089, right? And 2:33, I called this out. So let's just see where this actually did play out. Let's play it a little bit more. What are we at? 4:33. Okay, so around here. It's gone in 1 minute. 4:33. Okay. Right, cool. So TP1, as you guys can see, right? TP1 is a risk to reward of a 1 to 6. So if you're risking £10, right, you're looking to make £16, right? 1 to 6, 1 to 1.6 risk to reward. Okay, that's TP1. TP2, right? TP2 at the exact same entry. TP2 is same stop loss 4069. Stop loss is 4069, and take profit is 409696. That now is a 2.5 risk to reward. Same entry. All right. Same stop loss, different TP2. That's actually 2.5 risk to reward. And then TP3, right? TP3, exact same entry. I'm going to try and get the exact same entry, exact same stop loss. And TP3 is 4106. 4106. Okay. Now, the only difference here, guys, these are 3 different trades. And the only way that you can take every single take profit, if you desire, is if you have at least a £300 account. So for TP1, you might use 0.01 and use TP1. Okay. You'll then take a second trade, 0.01. You'll use the same stop loss, but you're now going to use TP2. And then the third trade, exact same lot size, 0.01. You'll use the exact same stop loss, but you're going to aim for TP3. Okay. That is how you can grow your account by copy trading. The only way this will go left for you guys is if you're now entering higher. So let's just say you entered higher. You're now at a negative if this doesn't go your way. Let's go to here now, TP2. If you entered higher, it's now at a 1-to-1. And if you also entered higher here, it's now a 1-to-1, which is still okay because it was a great trade. But for most trades that I sent out, guys, the key thing you need to get good at is knowing what time. And this is why you need to use TradingView. You need to download TradingView because I'm pretty sure MetaTrader 5 doesn't show actual real life time. Yeah, it doesn't show real life time. So when I'm on MetaTrader 5, right now at the bottom, it says it's 10:35. That's not the time. Whereas if I come to where I am now on TradingView, it shows you at the bottom what time. So when a trade comes out for me, and if you are these people that, you know what, you decide whether you want to take a trade or not, the only thing you should be curious about is what time the trade was sent out and where current entry price is. I'm going to say that again. If you are not sure about a trade, the only thing you should be concerned about is what time was the trade sent out. So this trade was sent out at 2:33. So I would have went on my phone, I would have went to TradingView, I would have found gold, and I would have looked for exactly what time and what price where it was at 2:33. So at 2:33, it was at 4079. Okay. Now, this was, like I said, it was a good trade. So anyone that entered after, you're okay. But if it went lower, but it hasn't hit your stop loss, you still could have entered the trade, guys. And let's just say you do it the other way around. Let's just say you did enter lower. TP1 is now a risk to reward of 1-to-2. TP2 is now a risk to reward of 1-to-3. And TP3 is now a risk to reward of 1-to-5. You don't need to trade again for the week. Really and truly. Truly and really. You don't need to trade again for the rest of the week. If you've made 5%, if go to your bank and say, can you give me 5%? Go to your ISA, right? Go to your ISA and say, can I get 5% increase on my savings? You're not getting it, bro. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. So when you realize what is available and what you have, when you make your 5%, you will close your phone and be grateful and go and help someone else make 5% as well. But people don't appreciate and they don't realize we are growing our money by percentages. Okay. Let's play this out. We then sent out another trade. Let me get rid of the replay. Leave it. Right. So went all the way to TP3 and the entry exactly as well. This is why some people, guys, never not. I think SL is more important than TP, but don't disregard your TP. Every single take profit, well, for this example, TP3, it turned, if you didn't use TP3 and you just wanted to go for the home run, you would have come all the way down to break even. Hopefully you would have moved it by then. But by exactly TP3, this had turned around. The trade turned around, okay? Now, again, we then had a similar scenario, and this one was a little bit more difficult. But I'll show you how I used all of the basics that I spoke about. Okay, so you guys should know market structure. Okay, we got a low, we got a higher low. It didn't create a lower low, so it didn't go below this low here. If it did, then we're now bearish, but it didn't. It went above and we created a higher high. We then created a lower high. So all I had to do, if I backspace, start new, right? This was the high we got, okay? And it created equal highs. Equal highs, when you see wicks like this, guys, it means money. It means that money's above. Tomorrow, gold's gonna fly. You didn't hear it from me, okay? When you see equal highs, it means money. Same way, there's equal lows. All the market does is it just confuses people to make them decide which way there's money. So there's money on both corners. You just need to make sure you're buying low and you're selling high. You're not in between this rubbish, okay? You wanna avoid this traffic. So from this low here, all I did is I got on my Fibonacci tool. This tool has made me a lot of money. So I pull it from the low, if I'm trying to buy it, to the current high and I pull it across. Now, as you guys can see, there's three or two percentages here. As soon as price comes into my box, I've now got who loves a Black Friday? Everyone loves a Black Friday. Everybody loves a sale. No matter how much money you make, I'll always try and get a sale. Okay. This means that I get a 78% discount. So loads of fools and amateurs are buying gold at 4,090 because they think it's going to go up. They see equal highs and the market says that's too easy. I'm not just going to let you go and take people's money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your money and then go the way that I want to go anyway. Okay. So let me get rid of this, right? And let me clear this up a little bit. So market structure is what I just was able to see. So I now know we're bullish. I was able to draw out my Fibonacci from my low to my high. I've established where there is liquidity, which is just wicks. Wicks is liquidity, which means there's money, right? So when you guys see all of these wicks here, look at all of these wicks. That just means money, guys. That just means people are waiting for buys. People have stop losses here. Everyone's stop losses here. Just waiting. Waiting. How do I flip that? You guys get the point. Right, I'll flip that. Right? Everyone's stop loss is here. And if anything, this comes all the way down. And it did. Okay, so look, all of those wicks just means money. So all you need to do is be patient. All right? All you need to do is wait for the market to take people's money. The market works by taking impatient people that are just trying to buy, 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 buy. No, no, no. It doesn't work like that. It will come down. It will take everyone's stop loss. You guys can see there's equal lows here as well below, right? Wicks, there's equals lows, so it hasn't taken it out. So if I zoom in, if I try and zoom into this, these two wicks means money, and it hasn't taken it out. If I draw that straight, it hasn't taken it out, which means there's money here. Money has to get collected, right? Money has to get collected. So if I go off my confirmations, can anyone that was taking notes tell me what basics I need to know when it comes to the scanners? I'm just teaching you without the scanners, but if you have the scanners as well, it's a wrap. What are the basics that I mentioned on the slides before of things that you need to know as basics when it comes to trading? It was on the AI scanner page. For anyone that took notes, this is if you lot see if you're not taking notes or you're just watching. Check the time and price. That's one. Well done, Hannah. Anyone else? Support and resistance. Anyone else? Market structure, that's three. Wicks and liquidity, that's four. Mindset, that's five. Psychology and Fibonacci. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. Cool. So we've got market structure. We realized it hasn't taken out the low and we've created a high, which means we're bullish. So I find out we're looking for buys. I've found where there is money in the markets. There's money below, there's money above, but there's also money in the middle that needs to get taken. Okay, so I found out liquidity. Time and price, I think it came to here outside of market. It came to this area outside of the normal New York session, but that happens, okay? And then I've got my Fibonacci tool as well. Okay, so I've got all of the basic stuff, basic tools, and obviously support and resistance is you can just zoom out and you can just see certain areas where it's come to multiple times. So if I draw across here, you guys can see if I line up my 78 and my 88, my 88% Fibonacci, you can see multiple times, guys. It's deflected, reacted, let's just say, reacted. It broke it, but then it came back and it reacted. It reacted, nearly reacted, nearly reacted, reacted. So this box is an area where price is going to come to and it's going to react. It's going to do one of two things. It's either going to break through as it did here. So before it broke through, but it still came back. Here it broke through, but it still came back. Here it broke through, but it didn't all the way close. So now this is found a support. So for you to understand what is a true support and resistance, it's when it turns on its head. So before, this was being a resistance, which is like a ceiling. How to remember it, resistance is the ceiling and support is the floor. If you have a crutch, you have the support on your floor. Okay? So this was once a resistance where it's a ceiling. And then it changed and now it flipped to be a floorboard. Okay? So I've got my support and resistance area as well. Okay? Now all I have to do, guys, is I just need to wait for price to come into my golden area. I just need to wait. And this is why as well, I would recommend you having trading view. This bit here, this plus sign, this is probably my secret to making money. This sends me texts. It sends me alerts to my phone when price comes to this area. I can set an alert, right? I set an alert, right? On my phone, it will come to an alert. So I don't have to sit there on the charts. I just know when my alarm goes off, I'm in my golden area. I go on my chart, I wait, I look for 1 minute market structure and I just enter. All right. This has saved me so much time, guys. I don't have to sit here and wait for it to happen. I learn how to trade so I don't have to sit behind a desk like I'm at 9 to 5 trying to trade. We're doing it backwards. Some of us want to get out on 9 to 5, but we're on our charts all day as if we're at a 9 to 5. And I get it. If you're trying to learn, you're going to have to do that. Most of you are not here to learn. Make your money and go and live your life. You don't want to be on the charts all day. Trust me, guys. There's actually something called analysis paralysis. I've been there. Me in LA during COVID, we was paralyzed. We was, oh, it was painful, guys. Please, please don't do it. Don't do it. Analysis paralysis. You sit there and you make money, you lose money, you lose your mind. You make money, you lose money, you lose your mind. You make money, you lose money, you lose your mind. And then you lose your money as well again. All right. So I set an alert and I just wait. All I need to do is be patient. All right. So let's just see what this it played out. My entry that I called out, the first one. Okay. So I called out two trades. The first trade, that I called out, was 4056. So let's just show this, right? So the first trade, the entry was 4056 because what I've realized as well, because I until you send out trades, you have no idea what someone goes through when they send out trades. I'm just going to say that again. Until you send out a trade, I know some people that have been trading for 5 years, they ain't sent out one trade. Not one trade you've sent out, right? But when you understand, it's pressure, okay? Because it's not our fault, but we sent out the trade, so it's our fault to an extent, okay? So the pressure is immense. So when it comes down to maybe getting in too early or getting in too late, sometimes I've realized I try and play it too safe when I just need to enter and trust you guys are going to manage your risk because it shouldn't matter if you take it or not. Okay. So this was that is not the first trade we took. Entry was 405650 for 405650. Stop loss was 4045 and profit was 4081. So this was the first trade we called out, guys, right? And the reason why I called this is because I didn't think it would have come all the way down to our liquidity. So I wanted to get just above, all right, just above, just in case, and it went straight to take stop loss. But I didn't sweat. I said, okay, now all it's done is it's taken out this lower liquidity, and I then sent a trade out straight after. I said re-entering at 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock is around here, right? I then sent out a second trade. Stop loss is 4036. 4036 and TP is 40, no, that's leverage. 4081. 81. Right? So these were two of the trades. Right? The first one, loss, it's fine. I don't care. Right? So let's play this out. Let's go to the 3 minute. Right? So you're going to realize this whole liquidity and all these liquidity got swept. It just said, the market said, I'm going to come and take everyone's money. That's all it's done. Right? Our stop loss got hit, no problem. But now that was confirmation. It's come to our support level, right? My box. It's come to an 88% retracement. That's a Black Friday. That's a Black Friday sale, right? And then you just get back in again. Okay. So it took a liquidity. This is now been taken. This is now ready to go. Thank you very much. Hammer time. Right. This has been taken. Thank you very much. Hammer time. Now we can go to where liquidity is above. All right. So this entry hit stop loss. That's fine. We've down 1%. We're already up 8% for the week anyway. Okay. So we're down 1%. That's fine. Enter another trade. Now this is a 1 to 2. So you would have made back your loss anyway, and more. Okay. Played it out straight to TP2. Okay. Easy. All right. You guys are not going to know this analysis behind why we send out the trades. All you need to know is that you manage your risk, use the right lot size. That's all you need to do when it comes to copy and pasting. Scanners takes time, 1 to 3 months. Plug into the educators. I'm not an educator for the scanners. I just know how to trade. So I'm always going to try and send out and help you guys make money as well. Okay. But it's very, very simple. All you need to do is know when to get in, manage your risk. That's it with copy and pasting. I'll be so honest. All right. Um, any questions, guys? Like I said, this is advanced. So it may have went over some of you lot's head. You're thinking, what language is this, Josh? All right. Is the alert on both free or paid? It's paid, but Marley, it's an investment. It's like £8, £10 a month I pay. How much do I pay? Look, this is when I made my account. The come up was televised 20 November 26th. So what's that? 5 years ago, 6 years ago now, nearly. Right? Um, how much do I pay? I think I pay subscriptions. Next payment, I pay £22, but what the hell is that? Right? Right. Oh, you can get it for free, yeah? Okay. Oh, you can only use free alerts. Go big, go big, invest, guys. Go big. Okay. Is 1:30, 2:30 when New York sessions open. Alex, New York session opens, I personally believe around 12:30. But you'll get the move for gold at around 1:30 or 2:30. Opening bell, which is obviously all stocks and shares, etc., is 2:30. That's why DJ 30, and that's why John Oliver goes on at about 2:30. Do they just repeat themselves? The charts, you mean? Is making sense. iPhone, please change your name, brother or sister. All right. LA, if you're there, bro, we can go over. I don't know what you wanted to go over, bro. Sorry, I went over a bit over time. Where's the Fibonacci tool? Fibonacci tool's on the left-hand side. I want to give you guys the settings as well. So it's the third one down, 1, 2, 3. You click it, fib retracements, and I'm going to give you guys my settings. Take a picture. You can put whatever color you want, ladies. If you want pink, purple, green, rainbow, it's up to you. They're my settings. Yeah, Carla, that was for you. That was for you. Um, LA, I'll make you host, bro. You can give them some gems as well, my brother. What one should I make host? The other one, yeah? Make host. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna do this again because I need some content. I need to post today. Right. Drop some bees in the chat if you made some money today. Wait. Hold up, hold up. Drop some bees in the chat if you made money today. If you made money today, drop some bees in the chat. Seriously, you spammed that, man. You ruined it. Anyways, LA over to you, brother. Over to you, bro.
I'm dead. Hey, family, put some fire emojis or some. Put your favorite emoji for Mr. Buns, family. Put your favorite emoji in the chat box for Mr. Bonds. It's very rare. He comes on these calls and spits gems like this. So when he does, I got full attention. I got full attention. But whilst he's on the call, we're gonna do this a bit different. I'm not gonna go over scanners today. It's gonna be strictly chart analysis. And whilst he's on the call, I thought I might as well show what I'm currently looking at on Euro USD. So everything that he has said, take on board, fully take on board. And I want you to kind of look at what I'm currently looking at and try to see if you can also understand. So I'm gonna give a fresh screen. Euro USD. This is what I'm currently looking at. So from let's delete this one. This was an old back testing one. Delete this one. Cool. Last week I went over the dollar index, and the dollar index I was hoping for a buy within this area. We did come a bit lower, but the idea still played out. Yeah, the idea has still played out. Now, if I go to Euro USD, because I know, oh man, because I know they correlate opposite nicely. Yeah. If I know that now, I want to position myself in a way that I want to be selling. Yeah, if I know the dollar index is now rising, I now want to be positioning myself for potential sell within the market. If also you have experience when it comes to trading, this right here, yeah, looks like a potential distribution. Yeah, where market has shown there is sellers entering the market within this area here. Because whenever the market comes into this high here, you see rejection, rejection, somewhat rejection. Yeah. So that shows me sellers are within this market right here. Now I want to potentially position myself within that market. Now, what else can I potentially see? On the 4 hour, because I like to go off market structure. Yeah, on the 4 hour. As you can see, we have low. Let me print it off. You have low, high, low, somewhat high, printed out a low, made a new high. Yeah. Now, from what, yeah. From that, what's then happened? We've had breaker structure. Yeah. From that breaker structure, you had a pullback into this somewhat imbalance. Yeah. Probably looks clear on the 8 hour, clean imbalance. Yeah. From what happened after that, we then carried on and went lower, breaking another area of liquidity. We broke lower. What happened after that? If I do fibs from high to low, what happened? We touched just about our discount area. Like Josh says, our Black Friday area. Yeah? Real discount. What happened again? We then broke structure, carrying on going lower. All I am doing is following what price is showing me. And what is showing me that in my area that I was potentially looking for sales, from now what I can see going into a smaller time frame, we are breaking down what is potentially happening. Now, from what we are currently doing, is potentially looking at if we can potentially go lower here. When it comes to trading, family, it's all about influence, it's all about confirmations, it's what you can see. You know, my perspective could be different to what someone else's perspective could be at the same currency pair. But I always say to people, if you can tell a story when it comes to trading, you're not gambling. Yeah. So I can tell a story on what I'm potentially looking at when it comes to Euro USD. Yeah. This whole time I didn't know my camera was on. Oh my gosh. I thought you could see me this whole time. I didn't know my phone was there. So now at Euro USD, where we're at, I want to show you something quick as well. There's something called a free wave pattern. Yeah, there's something called a free wave pattern. And I want to show you this. From here, if I just copy this line, I'm going to make this red so you can see it. Yeah, this red line here. If I copy this, paste exactly that same red line, and I move it straight over to here, it's the exact same amount of movement from my first wave to my second wave Now I'm potentially looking for somewhat my third wave. And I also want you to pay attention to this as well. From when we started our first wave, we pushed down, had a pullback to somewhat of an imbalance, and had our push down. Our second wave, we had somewhat of a push down first, came back for somewhat reason, yeah, before having our push movement down. Now, what am I potentially looking for my third wave? Is areas where this bad boy could pull back to potentially go back down. Yeah. Now, let's go into smaller time frames. What am I looking at? What can I see? Yeah. What can I see? Same exact thing I do on the 4 hour. I break it down, doing the same thing on the 1 hour. Yeah. Go on to same thing. High, low, high, low, high, low, high. Yeah. Breaker structure. First of all, that's the first thing I can see straight away. Breaker structure. Sweet. That's my first confirmation that from having our potential pullback, now we are carrying on our trend to go lower. Yeah. What else can I see? Yeah. Josh mentioned it. What is this, family? What's this? In the chat box. I know I can see you're saying it, but Wicks, yes. Resistance, yes. Money, yes. Look, that's the word I wanted. Liquidity. Perfect. Yeah. Liquidity. That's the only word that makes me sound very smart, and I love it. But yeah, liquidity, family, right? Sitting right here. That shows that there's people's stop losses sitting right here. Not only just that, I want to not show you, but in a kind of nerdy way when it comes to trading. When it comes to trading, you're participating with banks. Yeah. Banks buy to sell and they sell to buy. Yeah. They make money on both sides of each movement. Yeah. When it comes to smart money concepts, you understand what certain candlesticks, I'm not talking about every single one, but certain candlesticks do things for a certain reason. And you can kind of spot them out straight away. So this candle right here, which I have started my box from, this candle right here, this big white box candle right here, this is an institutional candle. Reason why it's an institutional candle, this was one, the last proper buying pressure. As you can see, this one candle took out multiple candles on the left hand side. Yeah, so right now I'm on a 1 hour. So every candle you see symbolizes 1 hour. On the left hand side, 5 hours of candles got swept by just one candle. That shows a lot of volume came into the market in that area. Also, there is no wicks. When it comes to trading, family, you see wicks on every single candle. There is no wick at the top of this candle. That shows a lot of buying pressure came in here for a reason. And if it wanted to really carry on going up, why wouldn't she? Yeah. So that is an engulfing candle, and that is an institutional candle for me that I want to look out for. Extend that. Where does this sit? Right above the top of my trend. So sitting at, I want to do this as POI. This is sitting at the top of my trend line because, as you know, price will always go back to the top of the liquidity or trend line to retest it. And it's sitting exactly where my engulfing candle is. So I want to be potentially looking at for areas to sell USD here. That is not what I want to be looking for, a 30 pip stop loss. I want to see if price can come up into here before potentially we can get a better entry. I would be liking to hold this to the bottom of this. So anywhere between a 1 to 4 if we get a worse entry. If not, looking for a 1 to 10. Um, but yeah, that is something that I am looking for on EURUSD. I do like it. There is money resting right here. Another entry I'll be looking for just in case we don't come all the way back here. Is this 1 hour candle here? It is a bit bait, it is a bit obvious. I feel like everyone will be looking at that to sell it. But what has happened prior where we are having our first downward hill movement first, and it fails just above our 78. We have another push to the downside again, and we failed just before our 78. So just in case, I wouldn't mind positioning myself if we do not come into my ideal entry and during New York session, because this is a dollar pair, if we are within this area between 12.30, 1.30, 2.30, I would be looking to take sales on Euro USD. Yeah, no income claims, but that's what I'll be looking to take on Euro USD. So I have two entries. I'll have one here, put alert here just in case, and second alert here. Um, I'll be looking to take here. Um, so I'll put a little note for myself. Uh, Uh, that's what I'm looking for in USD. I just wanted to break that down. Other than that, NZD USD. Nothing really. Well, NZD USD. I wish I held this, man. Um, NZD USD has come much lower than I thought it would. And tomorrow could be a potential area we could look for a buy. And if we are, and if we are family, yeah, this could potentially be the start of a move. If we do hold this, this could be somewhat of a start of a move of anywhere between 500 to at least 300 pips. Um, there is quite a few people that have spotted out on NZD as well, so it has caught my attention. But yeah, we're just sitting on our hands and knees with that one. So I just want to see what happens tomorrow on a smaller time frame. But that's kind of it for me. Um, we have gone obviously a bit over time, so I'm not going to take too much of you lot's time. Gold, I don't really have nothing on gold right now. Um, ideally, actually, I'm saying that if we could come back into this fair value gap and we have a, actually, nah, I got nothing on gold. I got nothing on gold. I'm not going to speak on gold. Let me show something. All right, cool, yeah. Yeah, that's me. Make your host, bro. Or you, bro.
Thank you, brother. Guys, can we show up for Mr. La Pips? Show some love to La Pips. Show some love to La Pips. Now, I was just looking at gold. I still believe TP3 can get hit. A rule, guys, when it comes to trend lines, if it's hit it more than once, it's an indicator. Sorry, if it's hit it more than three times, if you can get it on a third touch, that's good. It's not always. Any more touches than that, it normally does obliterate it. So if I show you this exact same example we had before, right, from here, from let's just call it from down here, we had multiple different touches. Okay, so we had one touch, two touch, three touch. This is the trade we caught. So we caught it on the third touch. Okay, this was at 233. This was the buy. It went straight to TP3. Now, the next time it came to my trend line, guess what happened? If you crashed into a brick wall three times, one, two, three, the fourth time you're gonna go through it. So it broke it, retested it, wasn't clean, it never is clean, and then went down to where it started. Make sense? Now we're doing the same thing with this trend line. I actually got in a little cheeky buy, right? So one touch, two touch, three touch. Now, that's also a level of support and resistance. So we've got loads of touches here, right? We've got loads of times it came to this purple box, loads of times it came to it, loads of times it came to it, loads of times it came to it, it came to it here. So it met me at the trend line and the support and resistance. And then now we can get rid of all of this because the money's been taken. Something that Donovan actually taught me quite recently, actually. I jumped on his session. I was like, you know what? I've never realized that. These um these blocks here, guys. You see when you see something like this, when you see a sell to buy or a buy to sell, this is what we call order blocks. Okay? It's what we call order blocks. All that happens in this block is banks set up loads of orders. So there's either load of buy orders or sell orders. Now, something that I realized is every single time that an order block is not respected, it normally does the reverse role. So you guys can see, let me give you an example. Hmm, hmm. Okay, cool. So this example here, you guys can see this order block. I'm going to draw it out. So we've got a buy candle and a sell candle next to each other. Now, what price normally does, or what most people will do, is they will try to sell when it comes to here. Okay, so when it comes to this order block, it comes to this area. Imagine if none of this was here. When it comes to this area, they try to get a reaction and they sell it. Not realizing if it doesn't hold, it normally come back. It normally comes back to it. Okay, so it flew past it, came back, and it still is kind of like within this area. So you can see another one here. You can see another one here. These are areas where the banks are in control. Comes to here. So if you look across, there's all order blocks in a line. That's not a coincidence. There's one order block here. There's one here. There's one there. And there's one now being created, right? But where we're currently at right now, I think it was on the 15, I spotted it. We have a nice chunky order block here. So you got this nice sell to buy candle here. Price has, in this example, a lot of people probably tried to sell off this order block and got obliterated. We hit TP2. But because it's gone through it, it now uses it as a support. So before it was resistance, it's now become support, this order block. So I expect TP3 to still get hit on gold. It doesn't mean enter now, guys. Slow your horses, slow down with your brakes, right? Because it's not about getting in, it's about when you're getting out and where your stop loss is going. Okay. Um, but I believe right now, what is 9 o'clock, so the markets are going to close at 45 minutes. At market open, I reckon we're going to get a big push to at least this smaller order block here. So you see how you got a nice sell to buy here? Prices at least, and TP1 was, or TP3. TP3 was, Um, 4094. So it's not a coincidence, guys, that I put my take profit where there's number one, loads of resistance, but there's also an order block. So I expect when the markets close, it's going to do loads of kind of rubbish. It might shoot down a little bit, it might hover, but ideally, if we can get TP3, then that would be successful. I'll be happy with that. That's what I'm looking at. But gold, I do believe these wicks need to get hit as well. And just another thing as well. So the same way we have a discounted price with my Fibonacci tool, it also actually gives you exits as well. So normally when I first started trading, I don't do this now because the markets are a little bit more manipulative. They're not as fluent as they was when I started trading because not everyone was trading. But you have to realize if everyone's trading, it's not saturated. There's enough money for everyone, but there's more idiots in the market. So the markets need to move more manipulative. So this normally is TP1 where I draw it. TP2 is normally here and TP3 is on the extended side of the Fibonacci. Normally, but it's very rare that happens nowadays. Um, but that could definitely happen. LA was marking up here. I don't see why that couldn't happen. You guys can see that wick there, right? It lines up with TP2 or TP3, sorry. TP2 is the high as well, which makes sense. Like you guys saw this first, it's recorded. If we can get this within the next week or so, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, this buy as well below, I missed it. Same again, trend line. All right, where did I draw it from? Was it on here? Yeah. So again, from this low, one touch, two touch, three touch. This happened 6 o'clock in the morning. I was sleeping, unfortunately. But again, same thing. Whatever happens on the small scale happens on the big scale. Just depends whether you're going to sit there all day or hold the trade all day, which I don't like to do. So same again, one touch, two touch, third touch, that's your entry. And we are now ready to go higher, which looks very healthy if I'm honest with you. Daily, the daily time frame, you've got an order block here. So you got this nice order block in there. Maybe go to the lower time frame, right? Yeah, we're definitely bullish for gold, but you have to take your time, guys. Doesn't mean enter now. If you want to do a low lot size, you can, but yeah, you don't really want to be entering at 9 o'clock. But yeah, if you was to enter now off the third bounce, stop loss can go just below the supports. TP there, still a 1 to 2. If you want to take it, you know what? Take this. If you guys want to take this, you can take this. Just manage your risk. If you guys want to take this, take this. Okay, so 1 to 1, 1 to 2. Just manage your risk, and I don't care. I have no problem sending out trades, but don't complain. I had someone in the. Let me stop recording.